And today we're with Jamie Opulence. How are you,
Yeah,
Jamie?
very well, Arch. Very well. How are you?
Hey, I am fantastic. Now, me and Jamie, we're almost like blood brothers here in the watch community there. Jamie
Two,
has
two peas
prob-
in a pod.
two peas in a pod. You have the amazing Patek Philippe, the Patek Philippe Khaleesi World Time.
Exactly.
Just bring that up
Da,
there,
da, da,
Jamie.
da.
Da-da-da-da. My God. I want to ask you a few questions about this watch here. Now, just I honestly have to tell you, Jamie, um, that's probably the most beautiful watch I've ever seen. It's probably the most beautiful watch I've ever seen in my life, in my forever sort of life there. It's just um, absolutely gorgeous. How did you choose that watch? And I'm just stunned that because you're a fairly young guy. You're in your early 30s. You're 31 years old there. How did you decide to pick that watch?
Okay, so as part of my business, I do a lot of travel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd already been introduced to Patek Philippe and horology in general. So it was because of the travel, I had this
Yep.
fixation or fascination with the planet, and something inside me saying explore the planet and getting a buzz
Mm-hmm.
out of travel and whatnot. So it was actually the center dial, which is obviously the cloisonne, the Earth
Yes.
or the
Yes.
depiction of the Earth, the planisphere.
Yes.
When I see that, it's like that's you, Jamie. That's you. You like to travel, and this is a world time. You can see the different time zones. So if I'm in Singapore, click 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 click, I've now got a new
Yes.
time zone. So
Yes.
it's a practical watch from
Yes.
the world time. It's a practical watch from that point of view. It's got the center dial because I
Yes.
absolutely buzz from traveling.
Yes.
And my God, it's just absolute class. And you don't see it. No, nobody really has this watch. They say it's like 50 of these being made per year. An authorized dealer might get one every 3 years.
Yes.
You don't see it. So yeah, it's it's special, very special.
Yes.
And with that comes responsibility. I have to
Mm-hmm.
recognize that I've got something very special, and my God, I have to take care of it.
Just on the screen here is my world time here. This is my Patek, um, which ab I love this watch. It's funny, Jamie. I believe very much in the power of positive thinking and visualization. If you if you say to yourself, "I'll never achieve that," or if you say, "Yes, I'm going to get one too," it's amazing how powerful those words can be because so many people they condemn themselves to failure by not accepting it.
Yeah.
You know, and
Even if the dream feels so far away,
mhm,
um, when you chip away day by day, before you know it, it suddenly happens. I mean, when we
yes,
say far away, it could be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It could be, what is a long way away. But if you keep chipping away at this dream and you hold it as this is the destination, right?
yes,
Madrid is the destination. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I've got to get to Madrid. You will
yes.
slowly meander your way and end up in Madrid.
Yes, that's exactly right there. It's you've I think it's very important, even if these goals may seem very far-fetched, it's very important to have goals to actually work towards there because if you don't have goals, if you don't set an aim, if you don't set an aim, you're never going to reach it. You know what I mean? It's there's a funny story. I spoke to a few people who have had they've sort of been in the ambulance, and they said people can be driving on a country road, right? And they go around a corner, and they lose control of the car, and there's a tree. They focus on the tree and they hit it. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere, but they focused on that tree, and that's a bad.
Yeah,
that's
the rabbit in the headlights.
Yes,
the rabbit.
Yes,
he can only see the headlights. He can't. He just needs to hop to the right, and he's fine.
Exactly. That's your beautiful piece there. I've got to say, in my case there, I think with a lot of the Patek, a lot of the new watch enthusiasts, they're really into the trendy models. You got the rappers, you got the footballers, they all like the Nautilus and the Aquanaut, but there's nothing wrong with the Nautilus and the Aquanaut. I think they're beautiful, but I think some of the traditional Pateks are breathtaking. To be honest with you, the hand-painted enamel watch that you have there is literally incredible. I mean, this is done with microscopes, and it's such a complicated. The failure rate when they're painting these things, the porcelain, is very it's very, very hard work. It's very, very difficult to get this done. None of them are the same. They're all different.
Correct. Each one is a unique piece.
Exactly.
So you see the center dial. You see the let's say South America, for example.
Yes.
The borderline of South America is a thin piece of metal, gold. It's like very, very thin. So there's actually gold, which is what forms the countries, and then within the countries they fill it. So they take the powder, they do what they got to do, and then they fill it, and then it's painted, it's repainted, so it's painted time and time again, and then it's baked in the oven. And so many along that process just get destroyed and they get thrown in the bin. And what they say, and what I came to read is that they say the smile of an enameler, so the lady who's doing it, the smile of an enameler is something to behold when she finally sees one of her dials reach the end of the conveyor belt, right? Because to get one, she might have lost, I don't know how many, 30, 40. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly. This here, I just want to show you this here. This is actually one of the early Patek World Times. This here is actually a yellow gold one. The interesting thing with this is a 2523. This is actually sort of the predecessor to our World Time.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, what they actually so what they did is these things they made them. They were quite. Patek has made these for a long time. There was actually a guy, Kotlier. He's the guy who invented this system, and he did it for a few other companies. But Patek is the most famous company to implement it. This here was kind of 50s and 60s kind of World Time. Then they didn't produce any more after that. Then they reintroduced them in 2000. I've got the first series when they reintroduced in 2000, but this is the previous one. So have a look at the legs there, and your one.
Gorgeous.
They've actually gone back to the styling cues of your one, so it's actually quite interesting there.
No, the yellow gold is just gorgeous.
I got to tell you,
you're seeing a lot of these white golds, but this yellow gold is real nice.
I've got to be honest with you. I actually had a white gold one. Okay, I did have a white gold one, and what actually happened was when I was in the swimming pool visualizing, I'll just show you actually. Let's see if I got a photo of it. Have I got a photo? Just have a look. Whoops, 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 whoops. Just hang on. I'll just see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. That's the white gold one I had, actually.
Very
That was my
nice.
white gold. It's beautiful, but you know what? I saw the yellow, and the yellow I just thought the yellow popped. Okay, I like the white
That's the word
gold.
I had in my mind. I was pops.
It just pops, and I got to tell you, if I could have a new one, it would be your one. That there is absolutely amazing.
But
And
this is, you could get this. You could get this. This, I mean, look, this. So it was £84,500.
yes,
Which is what I paid. So
yes,
in US dollars, 84,500 in US, $117,000. So we
yes,
call it 120.
yes.
3-4 of your Pateks, and you're there.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Possibly depending on values. So
Yeah,
you're not.
no. You
I haven't got 4 or 5 Pateks. You got loads. I've got one.
no. I completely get it. I completely get it. It's look, I got to tell you, I think I'm actually very envious that you had the courage to go ahead and do this.
It didn't.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was not scary at all. Honestly.
Yeah.
I just knew it was the right thing to do. Get rid of the Aquanaut.
Yeah.
I got rid of the Aquanaut. I got rid of the Calatrava. Yeah, 5119. Got rid of that. Didn't really use it anyway. And I got rid of just a basic date just.
Yeah.
And then I topped up with about £23,000.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing that I had to fathom.
I think it's absolutely amazing. That piece there you've got is absolutely incredible. And I've got to say, my problem is, the problem is the stories. I'm attached to my Pateks because of the stories. See, I got a small inheritance from my grandfather, which it became. I got a 5107, which is like my 5127 now. That's that white gold automatic. I always wanted the annual calendar. I got that. See, I got it. My wife had a car accident. I sold it so I could buy her a piano.
Nice. Very nice.
And then I managed to get it back. So do I want to see it go? I got to be honest with you. You know what? I'm so lucky to have got it back. I think, you know what? Sometimes in life, Jamie, there's always more expensive and better things. It's not a competition. But what I really love about Patek is, see, I can share my love with Patek with you. And you've got one which is just breathtaking. It's not about the money. It's not about who spent more. It's not that sort of competition. It's just the appreciation of the art.
It's for me.
You
it's
know
the brand. I appreciate Patek Philippe. Everything about Patek Philippe is exquisite. Exquisite. Everything.
100%.
The way they carry themselves, the way they conduct themselves. The brand is just class.
100%. 100% indeed. There you are.
And I aspire to take a leaf out of Patek Philippe's book.
Yeah.
What they're doing is absolutely right. They've got so many good things about them.
Yes.
I want to kind of take something from them as my guidance for how to be and conduct myself in my own life. Some people read the Bible and they take things from the Bible. I want to take from Patek Philippe as a way to be.
I got to tell you something. I actually met
Thierry.
the head. This is Terry Stern here. And, out of all the famous people, who do I want to meet in my life? Do I want to meet Brad Pitt? Do I want to meet Tom Cruise? Not really. They don't really mean anything to me. Like the head of Rolex, well, you know, Hans Wilsdorf, he's dead. You know, like it's now a CEO. It's a corporate man. You know what I mean?
Family being passed down and down and down.
Exactly. And I got to tell you, Terry, this is Terry Stern. He's 1 year older than me. And I found him in Singapore. I was just in my, I'll show you, this is the photo. I was in my joggers because I was going for a walk and I saw, hey, that's Terry Stern. There's Terry Stern.
You got to strike. You got to go and see him at that moment. Doesn't matter what you're wearing.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And you can see my Mont Blanc pen there. You can see, I'll just show you there. I've got my Mont Blanc pen, okay? But this is my shirt.
I like it. You got your initials in the shirts. The shirt.
Yeah, this was a bit of a rough shirt. This is just my walk. It's an older shirt because it was raining. See, it was raining in Singapore.
Sure.
And there's Terry Stern. Now I'm just going to show you the next one here in the slide here. Here we go. He says, take a photo.
Of course.
Take a photo next to the sign. This is out the front of the Hilton. Look at that. He's such a. That's my shorts.
Yeah.
You know, I was just out.
The minute repeater.
Exactly. That was the exhibition.
I started looking recently. Okay, what's next?
100%.
Minute repeater. What, you know, you want to have dreams that scare you? Well, that one scared me.
Exactly.
I'll leave that one.
Exactly. But I got to tell you, he's such a cool guy. He took his. He said, "Come and take a." I said, "Can I please have a photo, Mr. Stern? Can I please have a photo?" Yes. Come here. He had VIPs with him.
So you had to walk a bit to get to where the sign is.
Exactly. He says, "Come here. Let's take a photo with the sign." He's so cool.
He might have known you. He might have seen some of your videos. You never know, because there's a lot of content online when you search keywords like Patek Philippe. It's possible he's.
You know what? The terrible thing is, Jamie, at that stage I had 6 Pateks. When I met him, I was wearing a Rolex.
No.
He says, "What are you wearing?" I went, "No, please." And a Rolex Explorer on, you know, but it's...
Did you tell him you've got 6 Pateks?
I did. I said, I love my Pateks. I love my Pateks.
How's your luck? First of all, you dressed like a bag of shit. Yeah?
Exactly.
Second, you got a Rolex on.
Exactly. But he was so cool, you know. But I mean, what do you do? Do you say hello or you don't say hello?
No, you got to.
What do you do? You know, I thought, no, it's a once in a lifetime chance.
Because that moment's being retold time and time again. You know, that moment you met him, you're sharing.
He could be telling the same story to his friends. Hey, I met this Archie guy. He could be telling the same story. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But I got to tell you, I really think with the Patek is like with Rolex, it's a bit show-offy. I really do think with Patek, it's like a nice family club. You know, it's not a snooty thing. They're kind of, you know, you've all done well. You know, it's kind of like, it's just a cool environment to be in. You love horology. You love your watches.
It is, but they've got to be careful, because there is kind of a bit of a cancerous, you know, with the likes of the Nautilus. That's probably not good attention for the Patek, you know, group. So they do have to be careful of that, because that could really grow.
Exactly. But Jamie, I got to tell you, that's an amazing watch you got there, man. You've really. I think that's just one of the most beautiful watches I've seen. It's just gorgeous.
Well, when the time's right, I'm sure I'll be in Australia or Singapore. I'm sure it will be on your wrist, and I'll
have a look at it, Jamie. Jamie, let's wrap this baby up. That's a great little interview. Thank you so much for coming on, and we will talk luxury again. Check out your channel, Jamie Opulence, on YouTube. You're going to be making some more videos all about luxury. And guys, we will see you in the next one.